Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Combo here. Today I'm bringing you guys some Black Ops 2 Wii U gameplay. This is with the Ballista, the rare sniping gameplay. I don't snipe too often, but I get the occasional gameplay, so hope you guys enjoy it. And today I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of college tips, college advice. After my last video, a lot of you guys had requested it, so I just wanted to give a little bit of advice for those who are going into college or for those who are in college right now. And hopefully these help you guys, and for those who aren't in college or, this doesn't apply to you, I apologize. I hope you enjoy the gameplay anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. So, first off, if you are, graduating high school and you're still, deciding what you want to do, it's completely okay if you don't go to college. I know our society kind of makes it seem, especially like within the United States at least, they make it seem like you have to go to college, you have to do, 4 years of college after high school to be successful. That's not true. You can go to a trade school for 1 year, learn a trade for a job that's in high demand or something, and you could end up being very successful, making a lot of money like a year or two out of high school. So it really just depends what you want to do. And I know it's hard to decide after high school because I didn't really know where I wanted to go. My junior year of high school, I was more interested in computer science, trying to do like programming, so I thought I was going to go to major in college in computer science, but I ended up switching to environmental science after I took a class my senior year about environmental science. And I always was interested in science, I always liked it, and I always was good at it, and math as well, so it was a good fit for me. But for some people it might not be as clear, you might not know really what you want to do, and that's completely okay too. Like I said, it's completely okay to just take some time off. Even if you take a year off in between, that's completely fine too. If you want to travel or if you want to get a job while you're still deciding what you want to do after high school, like I said, it's completely fine as long as you're not sitting there doing nothing at all. Like after high school you just graduate and do nothing, you don't have a job, you don't go to school, you don't do anything to better yourself, then you're not doing anything wrong. As long as you're doing something, you're in good shape. So I just want to let you guys know that, because I know I have some audience members who are probably in high school and are worried, not really interested in going to college, or either way, if you decided to go to college and you don't know your major, that's also okay. A lot of colleges, especially liberal arts colleges, they require you to take classes in all different sorts of disciplines, and really a lot of people decide their major in the first year or two. So most colleges actually let you go undecided for a year or two. They require you to take certain classes. They're called general education classes or gen ed classes. These are like your requirements that you have to take for graduation, but not necessarily related to a single major. So you have some time to decide, and it's okay if it takes some time to decide. I know people who switch majors from 3 to 4 different times, and the things are completely unrelated. They switch from environmental science to psychology to music. It really varies, but it's okay if you don't know what you want to do. A lot of people, I think the average, you'll end up in your career, you'll end up like switching jobs like 10 times or something like that. It's never really, it's rare that you have like a perfect idea and just have it set in stone. So be open to the idea that you may not know what you want to do right away, and that's completely okay. But say you have your major and you're heading into college and you just want to make sure you get the best out of your college experience. I'm just going to give you guys a few tips, because college for me was really, really a good time. I really enjoyed every minute of it, and I was really successful in college, so I wanted to try to give you guys some advice for that as well. I think my first piece of advice would be to go into college with an open mind, because it really is a different experience from high school. For me, college was actually a little bit easier than high school because of a couple of reasons, and I'll get into them. But I think the biggest thing, like I said, is to just be ready for a change in your life. You may be, moving from home. You may be staying at college, and that might be new to you. It's all an adjustment period for the first month or so. So just be ready for that, and have an open mind, like I said, towards change. And it may be a little hard, maybe easy for you, but at the same time, You just have to be ready for a little bit of an adjustment, of a change. The second thing to keep in mind is to remember why you're at college or university in the first place. You're there to get an education. You're there to learn valuable life lessons and valuable information about your, prospective career. A lot of people go to college for like the social aspect, or go into college only thinking about the social aspect, the partying, the crazy stuff that goes on. But really, you have to remember why you're there. You have to remember that you're paying a lot of money, and you don't want to let that go to waste. You don't want to fail a course, or fall behind and have to stay another year. That's just going to be more money out of your pocket, and that more debt, and a worse off experience. So just keep in mind why you're here and what you're trying to do, and keep your ultimate goal in mind of bettering yourself and learning more information. That to me is really a big thing, because a lot of people, like I said, will go in expecting it to be just all fun, all party, all games, and no parents around to tell you what to do, that kind of stuff, and they will fall behind early on, and it's just a downhill from there, and it's not good. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I think was kind of shocking to me. College seemed a little bit easier than high school, in my opinion, because in high school I had to get up at 7:35 was my first class every day, and I was in class from 7:35 till 2:20 every day, and it was mentally draining, Monday through Friday, mentally draining, like very long classes, hour and a half blocks, and it was just like too much for me. But in college, you only have 2 or 3 classes each day, and you might not have a class until like 12 in the afternoon, and you may only be there until like 1:15, and that might be it for the day. You have the whole other rest of the day to do some things. So it's easier to get some work done, but in the same way, it's like also a little bit tougher to manage your time, because you have to, you're not on such a tight schedule anymore like you were in high school. You have to, balance your time, make sure you're getting all your assignments done, even though you only have a couple classes a day. You have to make sure you're showing up to class on time, that you're eating, that you're doing all the necessary things. If you commute to college, you have to worry about, catching the bus, or, driving to and from the college, that kind of stuff. But to me, it was actually a little easier. It was such a relief to not have to be in the same classes every day, and it was just a refreshing experience for me, at least. So that's good. If you guys are worried about that kind of stuff, it's a little bit refreshing that you only have a couple classes each day. But with that said, time management is an important skill that you'll have to learn really quickly. So stay on top of your work early, and you'll be fine. The next biggest thing, I think, is to get involved. And you'll probably hear this when you go to orientation, or when you even enrolled in the college, is that getting involved is probably the single best thing you can do, outside of your classwork, to really enjoy the college experience. I got involved in so many clubs my first year, just to branch out a little bit. I still am a little bit quiet, I'm a little bit reserved, but I branched out. I tried different clubs. I joined clubs that I had no knowledge of. I joined like the psychology club, and I literally knew nothing about psych, that kind of stuff, just to meet new people and learn new information, get new experiences. And really, by doing this, joining different clubs, joining different things on campus, going to different events, you'll learn a whole bunch of different people. You'll become friends with a whole bunch of different people. You'll see a lot of people around campus and all that. So my biggest thing is, like I said, just try to get involved, try to branch out a little bit, join a club that you're not used to, and even if you want to start a club, you can probably do that as well. I started 2 clubs my freshman year. One was a garden club, and I never gardened up until that point, but my one English teacher asked me to start the garden, since I was environmental science, and I had learned so much by the end of my 4 years there. I had learned so much from the garden. I learned how to grow food. I learned how to build, a proper garden. We donated most of the produce that we grew to a food shelter in Philadelphia, inner city Philadelphia, for homeless and for people who struggle to get meals. So it was all around a great experience. Like I said, I had come into college never gardening, never grown anything. And by the time I graduated, I had such a deep appreciation for growing food, or just even, plants in general. I learned so much from that. I got to meet a whole bunch of different people. I also started a basketball club, a pickup basketball club. So that, two completely opposite things, gardening and basketball. And from that, I gained so many more friends. I met so many different people, and things like that. And it really just allowed me to know a lot more people around campus, see them in the hallways, in class, that kind of stuff. So getting involved is really what will help make college a much better, more fun experience for you, especially if you're on campus. I would say to get involved. Try not to stay in your dorm room all day. Um, that really, gets you thinking, about maybe being homesick, or will lead you to not really like the campus if you're not really getting involved. For those who are still looking for colleges, I would personally recommend a smaller university or college, with not as many students. Like if I went to a huge university with like 400 or 500 people in my classes, I don't know how I would have done, or how I would have, managed to do that. I went to a very small college that was actually smaller than my high school, and I got so much individual attention from, teachers and stuff like that. My class sizes were really small. My calculus class, my senior year, was only four other kids. So you can imagine, if you don't understand something, it was really easy for the teacher to answer, or for you to reach out to the teacher and that kind of stuff. So I know that's not really a college tip, but if you're still choosing a college, I would try to choose on the smaller side. Even though they might not have as many resources as the bigger universities, in my opinion, they're just as good. Another tip I have is to try to get to know your teachers on a more personal level. Again, this might be really hard for bigger universities because you have like hundreds of kids in your class, and you're really just like another kid or another number in there. Just, he just has to get the grades in, that kind of stuff. But if you aren't understanding something, a lot of teachers or professors have office hours and that kind of stuff, where you can go to their office and ask questions. I know it's a little intimidating at first to ask questions, or to seem like you don't understand, or if you're wrong, but asking questions is one of the best things you can do to stay on top of your work. And I think I'm going to give one more tip, and that is just to have fun. It's not all about business. Of course, when you're done your work and there's nothing really to be done, definitely have fun, meet new people, hang out with friends, try new things and new experiences, and really just soak it in, enjoy it. This is really the time to try different things and experiment with things, and to see what you like, and it's a really just fun time in your life, and I hope you guys take full advantage of it. If you're going to party, just do it in moderation, in very small amounts, and do it when your work's done, that kind of stuff. Don't be doing it every night. Don't drink crazy amounts of alcohol. That's never a good idea. And just make smart decisions, but have fun. And that's really what college is about, bettering yourself, learning about yourself, and having fun. That's really what I did over my 4 years, and I hope these tips will help you guys to do that in your years at college, if you choose to go to a college. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the gameplays. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you all later.